So what if I told you that there's one single, powerful principle behind absolutely everything that happens in your life? A principle so profound that, for centuries, it was known only to a select few. Today, we're going to dive deep into the book that really brought this idea to the mainstream, The Secret. It all kicks off with a really tantalizing question. I mean, what could people like Plato, Leonardo da Vinci, Einstein, and Shakespeare possibly have in common? Well, the book proposes they were all guardians of a great secret, one that gave them the power to literally shape their own destinies. So where did this secret even come from? The book argues that this isn't some new age fad. Not at all. It's a timeless law, a kind of thread woven through all of human history, but it was often hidden from the public eye. The evidence presented is basically a lineup of history's heavy hitters. We're talking from the ancient wisdom of the Emerald Tablet all the way through the minds of philosophers like Plato, artists like Shakespeare and Beethoven, scientists like Newton and Einstein, and even leaders like Lincoln. The claim is huge. They all knew and used this one powerful concept. All right, so what is this profound secret they all supposedly knew? Well, the book finally reveals it. It's called the Law of Attraction. At its very core, the idea is actually pretty simple. The Secret defines the law of attraction as the most powerful law in the universe, just as absolute as gravity. The main principle is this: like attracts like. In other words, whatever you hold in your mind on a consistent basis is exactly what you will attract into your life. The book presents this fascinating idea that your thoughts aren't just passive internal chatter. No, they're real, tangible things. They're described as units of energy that are magnetic, and each one emits its own unique frequency out into the universe. And this leads to the book's main metaphor. I want you to think of yourself as a human transmission tower. You are constantly broadcasting signals, which are your thoughts and your feelings. The universe, in turn, acts like this giant receiver that picks up your frequency and reflects back experiences that are a perfect match to it. One of the teachers featured in the book, Bob Proctor, puts it just like this. He says that the images you hold in your mind are the primary cause of everything you experience. I mean, that's a pretty radical level of personal responsibility, right? Okay, so if this law is real, the next logical question has to be, how do you actually make it work for you? Well, the book lays out a surprisingly simple, three-step creative process to deliberately create the life you want. The process is this three-part cycle. First, you have to ask the universe for what you truly want. Second, you have to believe that it's already yours. And third, you have to get ready to receive it by feeling the emotions you would feel if you already had it. That first step, ask, is all about clarity. You can't be vague about it. The book says the universe responds to really specific commands. You should treat it like a catalog. You have to place a clear order to get what you want delivered. Now, believe this isn't just passive waiting around. This is actually the hardest part for a lot of people. It's an active state of unshakable faith. You have to live, speak, and think from the perspective of someone who already has what they've asked for. That conviction is what tunes your frequency. And finally, receive. You know, this step is entirely about emotion. The book argues that feeling good right now is absolutely essential. Those feelings of joy, love, and gratitude are the most powerful signals you can possibly send. They basically tell the universe you're open and you're ready to receive. To help you master this three-step process, The Secret offers some really powerful tools to amplify your signal and bring your desires into reality even faster. The two tools that get the most emphasis are gratitude and visualization. Gratitude is all about focusing on the good you already have, which immediately shifts your energy into a positive state. Visualization, on the other hand, is about creating these detailed mental movies of the future you want as if it's already happening. The book claims that a daily gratitude practice is one of the fastest ways to change your life. Seriously, just by making a list of things you're thankful for, you shift from a frequency of lack to a frequency of abundance, and that attracts even more things to be grateful for. A key tool for visualization is the vision board, a collage of images of your goals. The book shares this incredible story about John Assaraf, who put a photo of his dream home on his board. Years later, he's unpacking boxes in his new house, and he finds that old vision board. And he realizes he had, completely unconsciously, bought the exact house from that picture on his board. Just wild. So, the key takeaway here is that this isn't just about manifesting a dream house or a car. According to the book, this principle is the operating system for your entire life.
It dedicates entire sections to applying the law of attraction to very specific areas, attracting wealth, creating your ideal relationships, achieving perfect health, and even influencing the world at large. I mean, the scope of its claims is absolutely immense.
It really all boils down to this powerful philosophy, quoted from W. Clement Stone. Whatever the mind of man can conceive, it can achieve. Your potential is limited only by your own thoughts and your own imagination. In the end, The Secret presents this incredibly challenging and empowering idea that you are the master artist of your life and your thoughts are the paintbrush. It asks you to accept that your world is just a reflection of your mind. So the real question it leaves us all with is, what masterpiece will you choose to create?